days off to have a divine charge up, and it was so good for our soul, just resting and re-energizing, getting out in nature and slowing down, and we're feeling refreshed today. We have a divine masculine reading today and a divine feminine reading. I think I'm going to try and get the divine masculine reading out today, and also massive shout out to all of Soul Fam, and especially our beautiful divine masculines, because you guys are rising and in such a powerful place right now. We are so proud of we, and thank you for all of your support and your feedback and interacting with we. It's so beautiful to have such support and divine union between we all. So beautiful. So we're just going to do a little mini read, just checking in with everyone. How is everyone? Let me know how you're feeling. We're just letting you know that we are here. We are still here, flowing. We've really, I know this month has been really intense for a lot of people, and if you're going through that, then we're holding space, the deepest love, because it has been ultimately intense, but with being a Pisces, I've just felt in my element, fully embodied, and it's been a really beautiful experience to witness myself and rediscover myself. And I think that is a lot of what the Divine Feminine is going through right now, is so much is changing in her perception of how she views herself and sees herself. And it's been this real shift of inner balance, but it's also been incredibly opening and intense on the realm of feeling within her body and receiving so much so quickly. Right now we all are, and it's kind of hard to process that energy, but I feel like all of us were kind of pulled back a little bit the past maybe few days, really just to center within our own energy field, you know guys, like that's so important right now when things are really shifting on a collective and physical level, that we have a divine recharge and reconnect with ourselves so that we can be clear on who we are. And yeah, it's really interesting, and I'm definitely learning a lot about myself too, so you guys probably are as well. And you know, the person that I thought I was, or I presented myself to be, was actually stored a lot from trauma and me not wanting to come across as annoying or too forward, and I always thought I was kind of reserved in that manner, and it turns out I'm not. And I'm actually quite I'm very expressive and transparent, and the more that I am exploring in my divine feminine energy, the more that I'm realizing that it is a full spectrum, and it is lighting, upside down, is lighting me up. We have Ace of Wands here. We're all being lit up and ignited from within the core of our being. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we do the Divine Masculine reading, because we have some really exciting things that have been coming through, and we're so hyped about it, fam. So hyped about it, and we're excited to get into Aries season as well. My Venus is in Aries, so I'm sure I'm gonna be super fired up and charged up and ready to love everyone, because I've just been swimming in my own essence for a month, and just, yeah, it was like coal to the fire, just fueling up. So let's see what Spirit has. Don't know how long we've been going on already, but that's okay. Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So we're coming out of a place of where we've been in Pisces season, okay, and as we've been in this the dream world, the dream of creation. It's felt very fluid, very fluid, kind of things happening that seem so euphoric or interdimensional or otherworldly. Okay, we're coming out of the dream space, and as we're talking about coming into Aries, we're coming out of the dream and into action, into the first stages of sparking life to that of which we have seeded within the inner world of our creation, of our dream. And this is going to be driving our passion. This is something that keeps coming through, is that we're, as a collective, coming into a place where we're more emotionally stable within ourselves, but it's an independence feeling. Being independent and sovereign and taking responsibility for your own inner state of being, especially when we're expanding our awareness, expanding our consciousness. This is like an overflow of emotion, but it's balanced, is what we keep picking up, okay? This is like self-worth as well with 9 of Cups here. It's like feeling good about yourself, knowing that you are worthy of this abundance. This abundance is your birthright. You deserve to live a life full of magic and happiness and divinity. It's like our cups have been refueled with this divine charge. It's like we needed to charge up. Everything was amplifying, but it wasn't an extension. It was a contraction energy of going through the cosmic womb so that we can be nourished and fulfilled in our own being, so that we can stand as one whole unified integral being, so that we can all unify and come together and click in within the fabric of light itself. It's like everyone has their place. We're all interwoven. Yeah. I feel like the energy is really going to stabilize over the next couple of weeks, okay? And everything that has been kind of shaking up and shifting up within your life is going to kind of come into a space of, yes, it might still be fired up and really fresh, but we have the Emperor at the bottom here, so I feel like you're going to be more prepared for the challenges. And it doesn't mean that we're never going to experience challenges or difficulties, but our perception and the way that we handle it and the way that we approach situations is going to be from a more empowered, sovereign, unified place within ourselves, and kind of taking that, as we're saying, taking responsibility and ownership and being really firm in our knowingness of who we are as beings. That's going to strengthen over the next couple of months. There's a lot of different collective messages coming through, and there is different waves, okay? We'll maybe talk about that on another one, because it's a bit deep. There's like so many different spectrums within the collective and different waves going through different things, but we're just speaking on what is here right now, what Spirit wants us to know. Okay? You might not be feeling like you want to talk too much. You might be just quiet within your own world right now, okay? Yeah. It's like you know your truth, and you're seeing these things evolve, but you're not in a... It's not rushed. It's like... Spirit is like it's a time to just let everything settle that has bubbled up and kind of... I see it like a boiling pot, okay? It reached boiling point, and whatever you were cooking has reached that point. So it's like, well, you need to let it cool down a little bit before you eat it. We have the sun at the bottom, okay? Yeah. Because otherwise you're not going to enjoy it. you're not going to enjoy your meal, you're going to burn yourself if you try and eat it too quick. So I guess it's a message about patience. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So it's about taking the time to smell the flowers, taking the time to be present, and as you slow down, you're going to appreciate things a lot more. We get in this, even in the amplified energy and we're speaking, be okay with the movement of life. This is what this month has really brought to a lot of people, is the flow of the now moment, and really just kind of going with that fluidity, and that that beautiful. And isn't Emperor Aries? I might be wrong. I'll have to double check that, but that's interesting as well. Okay. April 4, we have 4 here, so this is going to be a big shift in terms of the way that we're feeling in ourselves. If you've been going through that turbulence, as we say, you're going to feel a lot more joyous and light, because you've released. This month has been very healing for a lot of people, okay? There's been a lot of deep releases within timelines, within subconscious, within dream state, and it's just unloading so we can release all of these burdens, so that we can birth in this new energy, okay? So that we can learn more, ultimately, so that we can discover more about who we are, so that we can explore life in a new light, because that's what we're here for ultimately, aren't we? But as we're saying, it's like, yes, it's beautiful. We talk about these exciting things, the euphoric, natural, organic state of our being, but we are here on a physical realm, and there does exist some polarity, whether you align with that or that timeline or not. Sometimes it goes on, okay? And it's our perception and the way that we approach it that is going to be shifting for a lot of people, okay? Spirit keeps bringing that up. I guess that needs to be said. I guess what I was trying to say is, don't be frustrated that things aren't always going to appear easy, or when things happen, it can seem like, why is this happening? I'm working so hard on myself, but we're in this realm to transcend those energies, and it doesn't mean that they won't exist or they won't come up, but we're going to be more in an empowered place where we can actually shift those timelines based upon our perception, so that we're no longer energetically off balance by those situations, and we can also get to know what it's like to feel the depths of those feelings, and to feel what it's like to experience a full spectrum, because ultimately it's our superpower to be here as a human being, even though we are eternal energy, and we are not this body. We are this body right now. We are this being right now. We have this physical vessel, we have these emotions, and we have these feelings, and it's so important that we feel them, and we speak with them, and we understand that they are our friends, and they want us to, they're our guiding posts of navigation, if we can learn to really connect with them. And this is going to progress those steps forward that we need to take, so that we can have this really stable, grounded physical foundation of the new beginning that we're all hoping for and wishing for. But we have to be okay with where we are right now. You have to be grateful for where your life is right now, and be okay with the way things are, whilst hoping forward. So it becomes quite complex, but all that matters is that you can be in the presence of your heart here and now, and see the beauty of life from this perspective. Scrap that. Feel whatever you're feeling. Ignore that. I didn't like I wasn't agreeing with that, okay? Feel whatever you're feeling, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. especially when we're releasing, don't suppress it. It's like, well, I don't want to feel this way because I will create more of it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. On some aspect, it holds some truth, but that's a very dangerous road to get in. Allow yourself to say what you need to say and express what you need to say, whether you need to write it down, whether you need to talk with someone. Don't hold it in anymore. Okay, there's a way that we can express. We always have a choice whether, when we're communicating with someone, that if we have something that we need to share that is within us, we can always do it in a kind way. We don't have to be harsh or aggressive. But even if we do erupt in that way, it's because it needs to come out. It's so toxic and so dangerous to hold that within. You need to allow yourself the freedom to express whatever you want to express. Allow yourself the freedom to break free from the shackles of your own mind that tells you this is how you have to be a spiritual being. No, you're here for a human experience. You have always been an eternal divine being. Always. But maybe not everyone's been here for this human experience and experience this level of depth of feeling and emotion, and it's so incredibly powerful. And I'm so excited for what that's going to unfold for real. Okay, one more please, Spirit. Yeah, we're balancing out as a collective now. We are the full spectrum. Keeps coming through, yeah. And we're ready to work in we've gone through the inner transformation that we needed to go through, and now there's going to be more opportunities where Spirit is guiding us into co-creation, into partnership, into expanding our connection and strengthening our heart's resonance between all of we. It's a very loving space, okay? We're going towards what we truly love within our heart. Masculine and feminine energy as a collective is supporting and growing and nurturing this connection. The rose here as well with the Two of Cups. There's two roses. These two roses are about to bloom because they're both nourishing each other. They're supporting each other in an equal balance now. But that is all for today. So thank you, beautiful ones. I love you. I'll probably be back posting something later. We'll flow with it. We'll see what happens. We can't force the flow. We just flow with the movement of life. Divine blessings. You beautiful, beautiful ones. See you later.